Still going stronger than ever.
It's for me, I can't make it at Chelsea. I go to Fiorentina, I go to Roma, I come back, okay, now I'm ready. I'll show you that now I can make it in this league. You know, people didn't believe in me before, I can make it in this league. He went from, you know, thinking a lot about scoring goals, and he still does, by the way, to, okay, now, can I see before? Can I assist early? Can I do something different? And that's a sign of a guy that's very intelligent. He uses his brain when he plays. And like I said to you, the way he left the Premier League and the way he came back into the Premier League is just astonishing.
And bang, made an impact from the very second he stepped through the doors at Anfield, didn't he?
If you're Liverpool and you're thinking about giving Mo Salah a new contract, and you see just those 4 players in Europe, is that impacting what you're prepared to do, knowing the talent that's out there?
No.
You're still giving him the deal?
Mo Salah deserves to get another 2 years and big money.
Regardless?
Yes, the consistency, the last 8 years he's shown, non-stop levels, the bars being raised every year. His fitness, his application, his desire, his consistency, his decisiveness, his effectiveness, his efficiency.
Over anybody else?
Dembele, we talked about all them players there. Dembele, no one's ever doubted his talent. Phenomenal talent since he was a kid. From Dortmund to Barcelona to now to PSG. But he's never been consistent. He's never consistently churned out the numbers he's doing right now. In this calendar year now, he's top goal scorer in Europe. Beating Mo Salah, beating everybody. But this is the first time we've seen him do that. Mo Salah is living and breathing in this area every year.
Right. So there's nothing that would change your view. Nobody would become available. He's got to get that contract.
Yeah, and then I'll look for the next, after 2 years, I'll start looking now after we sign that contract to integrate someone else to come in. They've got a young winger, another Rio.
Yeah.
Who's waiting in the wings. Bring him through underneath.
He was special though. Even when he was at Basel, he went to Fiorentina, he goes to Roma. Obviously it didn't work for him at Chelsea, but when he go into this Premier League with Liverpool, I just knew, and I think the greatest compliment you can give Salah, he doesn't have to play well. He doesn't have to play well to score goals. He's just
You didn't know he'd score 20 plus goals.
Honestly, there's an interview, go back and look at the interview, and I was like, this player is too good for Fiorentina. We shouldn't have him. He came there on loan.
He said that with the club.
But I just knew just the special, his touch, his technique, how selfish he was in front of goal. He went to Juve in a Coppa Italia. He ran from 40, 50 yards past some of the best defenders in the league at the time. I just knew he was special. Maybe I'm giving a little bit too much credit.
Available.
Exactly.
Always available.
Mo Salah. I mean, you know, he's playing his own game, isn't he?
Yeah.
He's just brilliant.
Sometimes you're watching something that's like, look, he's been classed for 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 years, how long he's been at Liverpool. When I watch him at the moment, it's unplayable, and psychologically he's in the head of the opponent that he's up against, that when you play against someone that you think, well, I'm going to smash him, I'm going to knock him, I'm going to drive him, I'm going to go through him, you can't. He's like a brick wall. I mean, that ball gets played up to him from 40, 50 yards away from Alisson into his chest, and he's holding Guardiola, who's 6'3", like he's a little boy. And he's been doing that all season, and I've not maybe seen that in the past. I know he's always been strong, and he's always got a great sort of low centre of gravity, and he's got strength at length. I used to say sometimes players you play against as a fullback, you used to think that what they would do as a winger, they're quite slight. I mean, Salah's not, but he probably is compared to Guardiola. And he puts his arm out, you think, I can't even move. And that's what Salah is at this moment in time. And then when the ball gets pinged over from Van Dijk in the second half, to about 80-yard pass, and you just know he's going to bring it down instantly on the sixpence, and everything's so polished and so perfect and so slow. And when I say slow, I mean being in the final third is the most frantic place on a football pitch. But everything just feels so composed and slow motion when he's on the ball. You know he's going to play the pass at the right moment. You know it's going to be the right weight of pass. You know he's going to play the right cross. You know that he's going to be efficient in his shooting. He's absolutely at the top of his game. He's a different level than anything else in the league this season in terms of his performance levels, and he's world class. Yeah, just one more thing on it. When you're Van Dijk's special, and so I think Alisson's a great goalkeeper. and they've got other good players in the team. But I always think that when you're a player that sat there back there in your shape for 90 minutes, and Van Dijk and Konate did it really well today, you always have to be most grateful for the player who goes and wins you the match, because that's the most difficult thing to do and the most special thing. And that's what Salah has gone and done. When I used to look back in my career, particularly my first title season, and Cantona scored single goals, and you just thought, that's the difference player, the player who just delivers at the most challenging moment, at the crux of the season, where the title's on the line, where you're playing against the best teams. Who's going to stand up and win you the match? And that's what Salah is for Liverpool. He just, today, the goal he scores, the assist for the second, honestly, that is what you want from world class. That's what world class looks like, that they turn up in the biggest moments, and he's done that here at City today.
He is there to score goals. I think at the time, Mane and Salah were wide forwards, and Firmino was vacating the space for them to make the runs in behind. I think his role in this team is to be the goal scorer. It's not to be the creator.
And I think if you're going to be successful at any big club, you do need to end up world-class player. You can have brilliant players around you. United, you'd have a Cantona or Ronaldo, Rooney. You need that one player who's almost ahead of everyone else, just to get you over the line and make the difference in tight games. And Salah does that week in, week out.
We've seen great players and people have great seasons and that, but having a season is such an important season to him, especially with all this contract talk. I think it could be the best individual performance in respect of numbers and expectation from player I think I've ever seen in the Premier League. You know, people will say, yeah, but what about Henry, this and that? He's scoring goals, he's assisting goals to the level, and you're still saying, Kel, he's got 11 games to go. I think you just have to look at the numbers, look what he's doing, just to recognise we're seeing an exceptional player. We're putting up some unbelievable numbers in what he's doing, and he's
done it twice. He's the first player to go past 40 goal involvements in a season twice. And like you said, he's closing in on that 3 gap to Haaland with 44. I say that, I'm going to read off my phone here because I couldn't remember all of these. Listen to this. So there's that one about being the first player to register 40-plus goal involvements in 2 different seasons. He's the first player in Europe's top 5 leagues to be directly involved in 50 goals across all competitions this season. He's scored and assisted in 11 Premier League games. That's the most by a player in a single top-flight season since Messi for Barcelona, which was 11, so he is likely to go past that between now and the end of the season. Salah's provided more assists in 24-25 than any other Liverpool player in a single Premier League campaign. That's 16. He's the first player in Premier League history to score and assist in both games against the reigning champions, and he's the first player to score 25-plus goals and register 15-plus assists in a Premier League season. With 11 games to go, these are his projected numbers. Now, there are factors that can come in, and you feel slightly nervous, tempting fate.
I think when you look at the names on there, some are goal scorers and some are sort of great players. I think there's probably a slight, if you class Alan Shearer as a great goal scorer, still a great player. Thierry Henry's almost a great player. And I think most people would say, when we talk about the Premier League, we probably always put Thierry Henry on the top. For me, Mo Salah's definitely second. And if he signs a new contract, that is going to be a fight to the finish.
What a season Mo Salah's having, isn't he? I mean, he's been consistent season after season anyway, but this particular season I've got a lot of statistics here. Let me read them out. He's the first player in Premier League history to register 40-plus goal involvements in 2 different seasons. He's the first player in Europe's top 5 leagues to be directly involved in 50 goals across all competitions in 24-25. He's provided more assists in 24-25 than any other Liverpool player has in a single Premier League campaign. That's 16. And he's the first player in Premier League history to score and assist in both games against the reigning champions in a season. Most goals and assists in a single Premier League season. In 94-95, Alan Shearer, 47. Andy Cole is also on 47 in 93-94. Then it's Thierry Henry and Erling Haaland on 44. Suarez and Mo Salah from 2017-18. And then Mo Salah this season is on 41. So he needs 7 more in the remaining games this season to go past a certain Alan Shearer, and obviously you played way more games, Alan.
He's good. He'll smash that as well. I mean, yeah, it's like...
When we talk about Premier League greats, where is he on that list?
One of them, definitely.
I think he's won everything with Liverpool so far. He's been such a great player for them, you know, and it's a joy, even if you're not a Liverpool fan, you know. That is what is Premier League about, you know, and to get the best player in the world. And I think, to be honest with you, I love everything with Mo Salah. I love the player, I love the man, I love the image, I love everything. There is nothing I don't like with him, and I'm very, very hard, you know, to please. So this guy, for me, I would have loved to be his teammate, you know, because the way he play, the way the link with the fans, the club, he loved the club. So I don't know what will happen to him, you know, at the end of the season, but I hope he will stay in the Premier League, because this is why I want to watch games, football games, you know, on TV. This is why I want to go to the stadium, is to watch that kind of players, you know. This guy, for me, is a joy for everything he's done so far, and he's among, for me, the best, you know, in the Premier League history, yeah.
When he comes back to England, he comes completely adapted to the high-level European football, with more understanding of the game, physically much stronger. You can see his body, his fitness much stronger and much more confident. So years, obviously when the player is talented, years they can change a player for better.
Cristiano Ronaldo, Lionel Messi and Van Dijk. C'est quoi votre préféré?
The best one for me is Mohamed Salah, Sadio Mane, but he's not here.
Who's been the toughest opponent?
I think it's Salah.
Salah.
I think it's Salah. I think, with all my respect to the rest, to Riyad as well, because I played against him while he was in Leicester.
Why? What is it about him?
Absolutely explosive and unstoppable winger.
And to talk about Mohamed Salah, is one of the best players in the world. In the 6th finalist in the list of the Global Soccer Awards. He scored a lot of goals for Liverpool. He makes the difference. I love to watch him play, so he's a great player.
Premier League, Mo Salah is one of my good friends, and he's doing something incredible since 2 years. Yeah, I try to look at those players, and try to be, you know, I try to reach that level.
People want to compare me with another players. I'm different than anyone. Salah is different than the other ones. He play with the left, I play with the right. I'm tall, is a little bit shorter. I play with the head. You know, we are completely different. But I have to say, he do it a fantastic Champions League. He do it a fantastic league. Do it a fantastic season. But let's see what's going to happen.
I think if Lionel Messi scores that goal or Cristiano Ronaldo, then the whole world says yes, because they are world class. Mo Salah scores that goal because he's world class. He's one of the best players in the world. That's how it is.
Ronaldo and Messi are the best two players in the world right now. Where is Mo?
You know, it's difficult to say. Messi and Ronaldo already doing it for years. This season, he definitely can compete with them. But if you want to speak about the level of Messi and Ronaldo, a player has to do it for many more years.
This is going to end up being the greatest season we've ever seen from an individual. I have no doubt about that, and it's not whether he finishes above those players in terms of numbers, it's how far, and maybe sets the bar so high that in the future nobody can ever get there ever again. We are seeing something special. We know that over the last 7 or 8 years, but this is like an old-timer season, this.
And when you watch them live, you see the bigger picture. Honestly, great example. You know, I really enjoy watching him. Obviously, it's hard to take for United today, but you've got to give credit where it's due. He is a world-class player.
I mean, Liverpool obviously will be desperate to try and keep him, but he's one of the very best players that the Premier League has seen. He's, I mean, that's 11 games this season, I think, that he's had a goal and assist in each game, which was fed into us when he scored. It's amazing, absolutely amazing.